What is going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with another Cleveland Browns video for you guys. And boy, do I have a lot to talk about in this one, including an update on the Browns stadium situation. So, with that being said, let's dive right into this thing, all right? I'm not trying to waste any time. Now, before I get into this video, of course, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and hit that bell as another crazy offseason is ahead for the Browns. And it's probably going to be, like I said, it's going to be busy, it's going to be crazy, and you want to make sure that you have the notifications turned on so when I make a video, you guys will be the first to see it. Okay? All right. That being said, let's dive into this video. And apparently, recently, the Pro Bowl rosters were announced, which I had no idea they were being announced, but yeah. Pro Bowl rosters were officially announced recently, and I'll be honest, going into the reveal of the rosters, I was thinking the Browns were probably only going to have one representative, and of course, that would be Myles Garrett. I was thinking to myself, I don't think Jerry or Denzel or any of those other guys would get in because there were some really good receivers and corners in the AFC this year. Sure enough, they did get in. Yep, Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, and Jerry Jeudy were officially announced as Pro Bowlers for the Cleveland Browns, with Myles and Jerry announced as starters. So not only are they Pro Bowlers, but they're starting the Pro Bowl. Awesome. Now to follow that up, shout out to Cameron Justice, who covers the Browns, of course. She followed that up with this tweet, essentially going over, the Pro Bowlers, of course, Myles and Jerry Jeudy, starters. Cool. And then Denzel will be like a reserve. How about the alternates? As Cameron Justice listed the alternates. And guard, Joel Bitonio, no surprise. Sir, Corey Bojorquez, arguably the Browns MVP this year. Running back Nick Chubb, tight end David Njoku, linebacker Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, and guard Wyatt Teller. Now you're probably wondering, why the reaction when reading Chubb and JOK's names? Because, well, think about it. Chubb barely played, and even when he did, he didn't do much. And Jeremiah hasn't played since that first Ravens game with that neck injury. And the way I see it, I don't think he's close to being cleared. They're not going to put him on the field for this. They're not going to clear him just to play in a damn Pro Bowl. Nah, I think he'll be ready to go next year. Hopefully. But yeah, there's no way you clear him and have him back on the field in this meaningless ass season. Nope. Now, of the names mentioned, I think Joel, Corey, and Wyatt have the best chance at being named Pro Bowlers. I mean, David, if he's healthy, I think could definitely be a Pro Bowler. But I just think Bitonio, Teller, and Corey deserve it. Yeah, it's just the way the season's gone, right? But we'll see what happens. Now, how about this little fun fact from Tony Grossi on Twitter? And I quote, of the current top 10 teams in the projected draft order, the Browns have the most Pro Bowl selections. 3. Vegas and Jacksonville each have 2. Okay. And then going away from the Pro Bowl, an article was posted recently talking about, I guess, the Browns offseason coming up. And shout out to Corey on Twitter for summarizing it up for us, as this is what he tweeted, and I quote, very thorough article here, but to summarize, 1, Browns will be aggressive this offseason, adding personnel to the roster, which you would expect, right? I mean, their best player essentially gave him an ultimatum. He's not trying to do a rebuild. He's essentially saying, get us back to where we were last year, right? Or I'm out of here. Won't even think about doing no damn rebuild. The moment I hear rebuild come out of your mouth, Andrew, I'm out of here. Simple as that. Number two, they aren't worried about cap space. And why should they be? Right? You have a cap wizard as your GM. Yeah, he can't pick players, but he can work the cap. That's why a lot of Browns fans say they need to promote Andrew Berry to a higher up position and bring in a GM who can actually work with the roster. Let Andrew work with the cap, because that's his specialty. As I've mentioned before many times, Andrew Berry went to the Harry Roseman School of Cap Management, not roster building. I previously thought it was roster building, but no, wrong school. It's like the Ohio State College of whatever. He went to the College of Cap Management at Harry Roseman University. The School of Cap Management. Oh, man. That's funny. But yeah, they shouldn't be worried about cap space. And then Watson not guaranteed any starting role, and Browns are addressing QB, which we already know that. I think they could easily, essentially, pay Watson to stay away, just like he did before he was traded to Cleveland. That season, he was not even anywhere near the field. They essentially said, stay away, stay out of here. Yeah. I think that was just his choice because he just did not like Houston's front office and anything, so he just stayed away. Well, now this time, we're telling him to stay away. And then Stefanski has opened up a ton to players this season, which is cool. He's not being a hermit, not staying away. He's, being upfront with his players, which is always good, keeping it real. And then finally, league sources praise Stefanski's leadership through all of this. Yeah, he's kept this team together. I mean, yeah, you have some players essentially just sandbagging, but they're trying to stay healthy. They're not trying to get hurt in a meaningless season, right? And a lot of these guys are probably playing with small injuries too. But yeah, I gotta like how Stefanski has approached everything. Poor guy though. It's like you see him during these press conferences, and he looks like he's been through a war. Poor guy. You know, he was our winningest coach since the team came back before this year. Damn. Dude finally gets extended, and this is what happens. The extension curse even affected our coach. Man, that's tough. To finish up this video, of course, like I said, I have an update on the stadium situation. Now, for those who haven't been paying attention, recently the mayor of Cleveland actually tried to enforce the Modell Law. He's trying to enact the Modell Law to keep the Browns from moving down the block. Well, as a little stone cold double bird to the face from Daryl Ryder on Twitter, and I quote, Browns have purchased the 176 acres of land in Brook Park for the proposed $2.4 billion dome and $1.1 billion plus mixed use development project. Yeah, he's essentially giving Mayor Bibb the stone cold double bird to the face. Good job, Jimmy. Stick to the man. I mean, Jimmy probably be like, why would you want me to stay in that dump? I mean, the only other events we can host there are concerts and the occasional soccer game. A hockey game. Ooh. You look at what they could do in that new dome, bro, the options are endless. Think about all the championship games they could host there. The Super Bowl, both men's and women's college basketball, Final Four national championship, right? How about NCAA college football playoff national championship? Could be host there. Mm-hmm. Maybe a bowl game. I don't know what bowl game would be there. They could always create one, right? But they could host a game there. Bowl game, right? Concerts, boxing events, soccer. I already heard about a soccer game going at the other stadium, I think. Which is stupid, but it is what it is. Think of all the other events, too. I mean, like I said, the options are endless. And hopefully we see some Browns playoff games. Which, that's another thing. It's like, why would you want the team to stay in that cursed ass stadium? They ain't won anything there. They haven't hosted a playoff game there ever. Last time they hosted a playoff game, that stadium is, I believe, in Lake Erie. Like, legit, there is debris from that old stadium in the lake. And it's something else, too. That stadium's been there for how long? And they haven't really made any attempts to develop around it. Like, you see these other stadiums, they got like villages and everything around it, you know, cool like bars, spots, and everything. Like, you look at the Gateway Plaza where the Cavs and the Guardians play. They developed the crap out of that area. They got like a whole like East 4th strip area where like you got bars and restaurants so you can go hang out after games. It's crazy. You have Tower City right next door. What do they have at First Energy Stadium? A lake? You can go hang out on a boat. You know, they could have done what they do at Neyland, the Vol Navy, you know? Go tailgate on a boat outside the stadium. That's all you would need. Drunk people on a boat. Yeah. Oh my god, I'm surprised they never thought of that. Try to be like Tennessee Vol Navy, especially because Haslam's booster for the Vols. A booster for the Vols, and you never thought of trying to like do a spoof of the Vol Navy. Right? I mean, could you just imagine putting like a little like marina outside the stadium and having Browns fans tailgate on the boat? I mean, they do have the marina, I think, a little ways away, but that's an awfully long walk, I think. But yeah, that'd just be hilarious. People throwing each other off boats. That's all we'd need. Oi. Yeah, I don't think that would work so well, especially in the winter. The lake freezes over. People on freaking snowboards, snowmobiles. Someone jumps in a frozen lake. They have to call the Coast Guard to save them. Yeah, that would put an end to that real quick. Sounds like a good idea. And then it's like, oh yeah, that wouldn't work. Yeah, we'll see how the mayor responds to that, but it's just Jimmy Haslam and the Haslam Sports Group putting a nice little stone cold double bird in the face of Mayor Bibb, saying, screw you. You know, oh, Modell law. That only works if you're trying to leave the state. Browns are moving literally like 15 some minutes away. Oh no, they're moving far away. They're literally moving right next to the airport. It's not like the Crew, who were threatened to move to Texas. And that's when they enacted the Modell law, and then the Haslam stepped in and bought the Crew and sent that loser Precourt out to Austin with his tail between his legs. By the way, what has Austin FC done since? The damn thing! What has the Crew done since? 2 championships? Literally, they won an MLS Cup like right around when Haslam bought the team. The first year they owned the team, they won a championship. Crazy is that, right? Yeah, that's pretty much all I got for this one, guys. I'm probably gonna do a Cavs stream later on tonight, going over some potential trade targets and stuff. And I know All-Star returns were released, so I'll be going over that too later on tonight. So I hope to see you guys for that. That'll be a live stream, not a video, because I'm gonna have a lot to talk about. Going over potential trade targets and who the Cavs could trade to get said players. We're gonna look at Fanspo, to see what crazy ass freaking trade packages people have come up with. So with that being said, I'll see you guys later. Let's go Browns. I'm Crazy Dog, and I'm out. Bye bye.